Magnetos have been around since the dawn of aviation. Automobiles left mags almost 100 years ago. So why is that, and what are the differing requirements? What happens when a car suffers a loss of ignition? Today, we pull over to the side of the road, pull out our phone, and call for a tow. Aircraft are a very different beast. When complete ignition is lost, you have seconds to minutes to safely land the aircraft. And seldom does a runway magically appear in front of you. This is why certification requirements require dual ignition to every cylinder. This requirement allows single point loss in any part of either system, and yet still allows the engine to develop nearly full power to carry you to that landing strip. That said, when is the last time you heard of a complete ignition loss? I've been the product support engineer for Slick for 18 plus years, and I've seen one true complete ignition loss. This pilot was lucky and had an open field to set it down in. Investigation revealed that the crankshaft had broken just forward of the accessory case, and the gear that drives the mag gear wasn't turning. So mags have been around for a long time, are very reliable, and actually quite simple to work on. Magnetos scheduled maintenance requires a 100-hour inspection. The 100-hour inspection is a lightweight check to ensure everything is normal. We're going to check and adjust timing, check for leaks, and check to make sure everything is still firmly held in place. On aircraft with pressurized mags, we'll also check to ensure that we have not contaminated the inside of the mag with the moisture that we've been flying through. 500 hours is a deep dive. Any mag will fail for something somewhere between 800 and 1200 hours time in service. We developed the 500-hour inspection interval to find parts that are going astray before they actually fail. Better to find a worn part on a bench on a rainy afternoon than while flying over the mountain on a dark rainy night. The 500-hour inspection requires the mag to be removed from the engine and taken apart, and all of the components cleaned, tested, and replaced as necessary. Any A&P is approved to do this IRAN, Inspect and Repair as Necessary inspection, but many choose not to for an assortment of reasons. Some choose not to because of the lowered liability exposure following the sign-off. Some just don't feel comfortable inside the mag. This seems as good a point as any to talk about the staple story. I have a T150 E-gap tool, many times heavier than a staple. Magnetos have a honking big magnet in them. When a mag is open, there's a high potential for a small piece of metal to be sucked into the mag. Something as small as a staple is capable of fighting the 20 thousandths air gap in the mag, and it gets really ugly really fast when the rotor starts melting. The moral of this story is that cleanliness is next to godliness in magneto maintenance. So what is the life expectancy of my magneto? Mag TBO is the same as the engine. If your engine TBO is 2,000 hours, so is your mags. At TBO, the mag is required to be overhauled or replaced with new. There now exists an FAA DER approved Slick Mag manual that says you do not have to do what Slick recommends. This manual allows inspection instead of replacement of three very important parts within the magneto: the coil, the distributor block assembly, and the impulse coupling. Remember, none of these parts require replacement in the Slick-approved L1363 mag maintenance manual till TBO. Anyone who thinks any of these three parts are capable of going up to 4,800 hours without failure doesn't know Slick mags as well as I do. Champion recommends that you follow all of the recommendations called out in the L1363 maintenance manual when doing an overhaul, and that you ask what approval authority was used to tag the mag you are thinking of buying as overhauled. Remember, when an impulse coupling fails, bad things happen very fast. Do you really want to bet you and your family's life on an impulse coupling that could have over 4,000 hours time in service and still be legal under an FAA DER manual? So what does wear inside a mag, and why is my mechanic always doing timing checks? Slick by Champion uses a balanced wear design, and every time the mag fires, timing moves a small amount. As the point face erodes and becomes thinner, timing advances. But as the cam wears away during operation, the mag timing retards. Champion recommends that you check and adjust and log timing adjustments at every 100-hour or annual inspection. You cannot know if your timing is drifted if you don't track the changes. Slick has been making magnetos for over 50 years and has expert-level knowledge on the longevity of our parts. Please follow our recommendations for repair and overhaul of Slick magnetos.